Hey everyone, we are the Film Squad, and as always, we discuss trailers for films as yet to be released. Today, we're going to be talking Lucky, coming out September 2017. Well, first of all, RIP Henry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, what a film icon, you know? It just, I mean, from way back in the 80s, I remember watching him and Pretty in Pink and, his laundry list of films that this man did, it was incredible, just amazing. So it's great to be able to catch I think wasn't this his last film, perhaps?
I believe
Or
so.
was there one more? There might be one more. But yeah, it's just it's amazing to be able to take a look at his film credentials, just to go back in time with what the work he did. So
Yeah.
well, that's kind of starting us on a downer, but
Well, the film itself. So like you have the stereotypical coming of age film. I like to call these the old guy reflection films, and it seems. I mean, I prefer those actually more often than not to compare to the other. So like the old guy reflection film, it draws me in. He's obviously a witty character. He's got the one-liners, the great like stale humor. Like whenever he had in the trailer, he had the anxiety attack and fell over, and they're like he fell over. He's like, let's not make a big production about it. It was it's good stale humor that I like.
yeah, I really like the characters. I mean, in general, I think the setting was really cool with with him and the other characters and the way they were getting together and the fact that he was walking around slowly and standing around in his underwear and all that stuff. It was very. I think the characters were positively intriguing. I have to say that I don't really know what this film is all about. Like the trailer didn't really tell me what this was like, what kind of story they were going to tell me. I think, but it's probably one of those films where it doesn't matter. That's the impression that I got. Like it was more of a story that takes you away into a mood that you give yourself into for a while and then lets you go, and it can be really special and memorable. And yeah, that's the impression it made on me.
Yeah, I don't have that much to say about it. When I watch it, it's like I don't know. I don't have any association with the location, with the characters, and plus I don't really know like you said, the direction of the film. I'm really like nothing much to say about it other than really. I just like I really I maybe I nothing. Yeah. Not I can't say anything about. It's just about the trailer itself. Maybe the editing is trying to put some comedy punch to it, to have extra oomph impact. But since he's a good actor, so I think I would just give it a chance on like back to DVD. Like I wouldn't go to the cinema.
Well, what if I told you it was produced by Lionsgate?
well, now we got her. That's all you need to say.
Oh my god!
Yeah, maybe if Lionsgate, perhaps.
That's gonna haunt poetry forever.
I like the cast also. I mean, apart from Harry Dean Stanton, I also like the other faces that were showing up.
Yeah, it is. It's a great cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
when we look at the director,
the John Carroll Lynch, I think this is his first time out as a director. Same thing with the two screenwriters, Logan Sparks and Drago Smonja. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. So it's kind of first time out for the writer and the writers and director of the film. But John Carroll Lynch is an actor.
Right.
Mostly you see him in actually on the other side of the camera. And this picture was, I believe, at South by Southwest this year too. So it's kind of interesting to see this film, I think, gradually picking up some talk about it. And I think it's going to be a really good character study. Now, with that being said, I don't know if I'd necessarily go see it in the theater, but I would definitely see it at home, sit around having a bowl of popcorn and maybe watching on a Sunday afternoon. of course, when football isn't on. So, I do though. I think it's going to be one of those films that might be one of those sleeper hits. So.
I would agree with that. I feel like this should have been produced by Netflix. It's made for like same day release on like streaming platform rather than going to the theater. I don't think it's going to do well in the theater, which is hopefully it's a shame because it's hopefully a good story. But yeah, it should have been direct to streaming.
Oh, interesting. Because actually, like, it reminds me of those old style films like Paris, Texas, for example. I mean, that had a similar feel to me, and like I feel like it's playing to the same vein as that one. And I feel like those films from the good old days that we just spoke about, were the films that they shot on in Panavision and 35mm, and where they actually went out and put people in front of cameras and made a film, like a real film where film was actually still film and so on and so forth. And so to me, this feels more of a cinematic, I mean, okay, cinematic not in the sense that it's visually intriguing, but cinematic in the sense that it feels like one of those projects from that time when they were still making films rather than, the modern times where we're going straight to online release or filming digitally and all that stuff. This feels like it's something more closer to the real deal that it used to be than most of the stuff that's being produced today.
Interesting. All right, so your official stamp?
I think I would go for the same thing as Carrie said. I think I'm also more more intrigued to watch it on the sofa and just be soaked up by the mood and swept away by it. I think that would be like the perfect setting for me to be sitting on the couch and watch it there.
Yep.
I'll join the couch, mate. I'll be the couch, mate. Fine chance.
Excellent.
All right. Well, that's our review of Lucky, starring Harry Dean Stanton. Apologies. It's coming out September 2017 to theaters or your couch.
Excellent.